Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mirror Dungeons solo video. Today we'll be taking on the brand new Extreme Mode with who else but the Queen. I talk about my thoughts on Extreme Mode quite a bit in this video, so I won't get into too much detail in order to avoid repeating myself, but for a brief summary, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it takes way too much time for the amount of effort required to beat it, and that's not to say I don't enjoy it. The added difficulty it provides is something the game is sorely lacking, and I do quite enjoy the challenge. But the time investment is the real problem. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it for now, so to start the run off, we take these starter buffs and find these ego gifts on the first floor of Dregs of the Manor before making it to the boss against the Dead Rabbits boss. Alright, here we go. Doing a run to floor 15. Extreme difficulty. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like 15 floors. I've done multiple runs before this. Like, just getting there to, like, you know, test the waters, see how it is. And, yeah, I don't like it. Not because it's, like, too difficult or anything, just because... Well, there's like... three major reasons why I don't like the 15 floors. The first is it just takes too long. Like already 10 floors takes like 2 hours to get to, and then add another 5 floors on top of that, which are obviously much harder. Yeah, it's gonna take like 3 to 4 hours at that point to get through the entire thing. It's just way too long. Not worth the effort. And the second reason I don't really like it is because there's no real strategy to it. I mean, there is obviously some strategy to it, but most of that strategy can more or less be boiled down to... Most of that strategy can be boiled down to, collect literally everything. It's so difficult, you genuinely need like every single ego gift in the game to be able to even stand a chance. Even ones that don't make sense to your build at all. I'll continue my thoughts in the next floor. We don't have enough time here. We head into Hell's Chicken for the next floor, where we find the manor-shaped music box, Tango Marinade, Ornamental Horseshoe, Rupture Chicken, Bloody Gadget, Wrist Guards, Devil's Share, Rags, Sun Shower, and Crushed Memory, before making it to the boss against Papa Bongi. Alright, where was I? Right, the final thing that I don't really like about Extreme Mode is just the sheer amount of health that every single enemy has. And, you know, that sort of coincides with the time, because since it takes because every enemy has so much health, it inevitably makes it so that the last 5 floors take even longer than they already do. So it's like the possibility of it going from, like, you know, 1 hour increases exponentially to like 2 or maybe even 3 hours for the final 5 floors, just because of the amount of health that everybody has. Especially if you take the floors that aren't specifically designed for Extreme Mode, because if you have to do extra fights on top of it, it takes even longer, and I just don't have the time for that, you know what I mean? Even once a week it feels too much. We head into Hatred and Despair for the next floor, where we find Spent Use Forming Hate, My Queen's Lovely Gift, and the Knight's Blessing, before making it to the boss against the Knight of Despair. Honestly, I will admit, with Extreme Mode, I do quite enjoy the actual difficulty of it, right? Like, the not guaranteed clash wins and having to actually somewhat strategize. It's nice, it is nice, but it's basically everything leading up to it that's the problem. Like the first 10 floors, it's... God, if there was some way to just skip to the final 5 floors, that would be the best way to go about it. But there just isn't. You have to go through all this somewhat boring content beforehand and make sure you collect everything perfectly, or else you're just completely screwed at the end. Like, one of the things that is required is pretty much both of the revive ego gifts, because without those, yeah, you're just screwed. They do like... Even a basic enemy does like over 100 damage with a single attack. It's kind of ridiculous. And then, you know, on top of that, if you're taking like all of the... What are they called? I forget. The extreme debuffs or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. But if you take all of those, you have a 50% reduction to your own health at max. Which, yeah, you combine that with the fact that every enemy is doing over 100 damage, you can't survive the first turn without a revive. It's impossible. Which means that if you do want to get all the way to floor 15, you kind of have to either start with the T-Corp Investigator badge, or you have to specifically choose Time Killing Time as a floor, and the Refraction Railway Line 3 as another floor, because it has another Revive Ego gift. I really don't know how I feel about it, though. It's so awkward. Being forced to play in a very specific way in order to actually win. I don't like that. That's the biggest problem with it for me. You just have to go through the mirror dungeon in a very specific way, or else you're completely screwed at the end. I suppose it is fine every, like, once in a while, but yeah, I definitely will not be doing it very often, that's for sure. Honestly, this floor in particular, the Night of Despair, it's not really that necessary. Like, for normal 10 floors, for normal, like, 10 floor solos, it is kind of necessary because the removal of your fatality and the extra 2 protection is very, very nice from the Knight's Blessing Ego gift. But like I said, for the final 5 floors, you're taking like over 100 damage on turn 1, no matter what, even with 10 protection. So it's like, this floor kind of isn't really necessary if you're going all 10 floors. Because, yeah, you're gonna take too much damage anyways. Having that extra, like any defensive ego gifts are basically useless if you're going that deep. And I guess that's also another real problem I have with it, is just you have to go all in on the offense. Defense is completely useless. I mean, technically speaking, the revive ego gifts are defensive, but you know what I mean. Get her, Queenie. Couldn't have done it without you.
당신 그래도 자, 악당 퇴치 성공! 오늘도 정말 멋진 활약이었어.
We head into Refraction Railway Line 2 for the next floor, where we find Melted Eyeball, Four-Leaf Clover, Metronome, and the Book of Vengeance, before making it to the boss against the Sign of Roses. So, line 4, right? Or not line 4, this is line 2. This floor is incredibly easy. Unless you have primarily Wrath skills, because the Wrath Rose is the only one that's actually challenging, because, yeah, there it is. Because it has, this passive right here, which 9 times out of 10 staggers you instantly once you kill it. Not that big of a deal if you have the manner-shaped music box, but still. Anyways, this floor, I probably wouldn't have picked it, but I got a little confused and thought that the ego gift Snake Slough was on. Yeah, look at that. How do we beat this? That's a good question. Get lucky? Maybe it's a 50-50? No, I know how to beat it. Ah, this is genius. Using the ego gives us an extra skill 3, which would then make it so that we have more envy skills than wrath skills, so the wrath rose doesn't spawn. Yes, this is genius. This is how we beat it. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, that's why the wrath rose is difficult. I'm a genius. No more Wrath Rose, because now we have an extra skill 3, and that gives us 4 envy skills instead of 3, and it prioritizes whichever skill you have the most of. Very cool. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, this floor, I wouldn't have picked it, but I got a little confused and thought that it was the floor that had the Snake Slough ego gift. It doesn't. That's line 1, not line 2. But that ego gift is a very useful one when it comes to going all the way to, you know, floor 15, because it gives you a bunch of extra offense level, which is basically what you want to prioritize more than anything else. I thought it was on this floor, that's why I picked this one, but it's not. This floor does have a somewhat semi-useful ego gift with the bridle, because it gives 50% extra health, which counteracts the 50% health debuff from the whatever they're called. I forget. Adversities or whatever, I think. So it's like this floor is kind of useful, but not really. Because again, the enemies are doing like over 100 damage with a single hit, so even with a 50% health bonus to give you back to normal health, it does basically nothing. So yeah, there's no real reason to pick this floor. Which is good because it's very boring and lame.
분명하네. 도움이 됐지? 쓸모가 있으려면 아르카나 비트. 본인이 방금 뭐하는 것인가? 막당 채취 엄청나게 강한 일격을. 오늘도 정말 멋진 활약이었어.
We head into Refraction Railway Line 1 for the next floor, where we find Bridle, Snake Slough, Nebulizer, Employee Card, Portable Battery Socket, Imposed Weight, Clear Mirror Calm Water, Fragment of Friction, and the Charge-type gloves before making it to the boss.
좋아. 얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
Alright, this time we actually have the Snake Slough, because I picked the correct floor this time. Which is very, very cool. Unfortunately, because we're starting this fight in negative sanity, there's a very good chance we corrode here. Very good chance. In fact, it's almost guaranteed.
당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸죠. 저는 언제나 옳은 말만 한답니다.
Doesn't really do much though, but hey, at least we got lucky and corroded into the correct ego. I guarantee you I would have reset until I got that that corrosion. Honestly, I don't even know why. I don't even know why I bother to run any other ego on Don Quixote. Because I only ever use Arcana Slave. It's literally the only ego of hers I use anymore. I don't know why I bother running the other ones. Arcana beat! I love you, Queenie. Honestly, one thing I wanna talk about since we have it finally is the charge type gloves, specifically with how it interacts with pretty much any identity that consumes charge with all of their skills. Because what the charge type gloves do is it makes it so that every time you consume charge, it duplicates it. So, yeah. The charge type gloves make it so you basically, anytime you consume charge, you consume all of your charge. Pretty much. And for an identity like the Queen of Hatred, right? It makes it so that she genuinely cannot build charge. Like, at all. And that kind of sucks, right? Because her skill 3 is capable of consuming up to 20 charge count to get extra coin power. But because it's genuinely impossible for her to build any charge with the charge type gloves, she almost never gets to her maximum power when she's in positive sanity, at least. It's only really a problem when you're doing solo, though, considering the fact that, to compensate, like, they gain a whole bunch of extra charge whenever their allies gain charge, so it's definitely a solo issue. if you're using him in a full team, it doesn't matter. We head into the evil defining for the next floor, where we find False Halo, Standard Duty Battery, Finifugality, Melted Spring, Cigarette Holder, and the Bell of Truth, before making it to the boss against the Pequod Trio. Alright. We got lucky with starting... We got lucky with getting the good fight. I don't think we need to use an ego. I mean, using the Arcana Slave would be very helpful. It would probably stagger Starbuck, and it would make us even more resistant to Queequeg, but yeah, it's not necessary. And anyways, we can probably stagger Starbuck here, and then we'll probably also be able to stagger Queequeg on the next turn. Not that bad. And Ahab won't be able to do anything to us. Honestly, we can genuinely probably kill Starbuck, so there's that. That kills Starbuck. This staggers Queequeg. Next turn. Also probably this turn too. And then we just tank everything. Yeah, easy. Don't even need to use the ego. We just do way too much damage. Look at that, we just one-shot Ahab. It's hilarious. How did she get staggered by the defense skill, bro? Ahab's a real pushover. Even with the harder fight, she's still easy. We head into Refraction Railway Line 3 for the next floor, where we find Thunder Branch, Charred Disc, Skeletal Crumbs, Midwinter Nightmare, Eclipse of Scarlet Moths, and Faith, before making it to the boss. Alright, line 3. This is one of the floors that are pretty much required if you're going to all 15 floors. Because you need the Ardor Blossom Moths Tier 4 Ego Gift of the Revive. I don't remember what it's called. But that thing is basically required if you're going all 15 floors. Oh, you're right. Yeah, okay, I forgot. That's funny. I forgot that we have Faith. I wanted to stay in negative sanity, but using the defense skill means that you use a positive coin skill, and that triggers Faith to send you back into max sanity the next turn. Very cool. Yeah, it's literally impossible for us to be negative sanity now because of Faith. And it's because, like, the Magical Arcana, it sends you down to negative sanity at turn end, but then Faith sends you back to positive at turn start. So, yeah, we're always at positive sanity, no matter what. Unless we specifically use ego corrosions. Yeah, see? It sent us down, and then Faith sent us right back up. Oh yeah, this is a very easy floor. Which sucks because it's required. And unfortunately, it's not the same as, like... It's not the same as, like, how... Hell's Chicken is a required floor. That one's only required because it's just ridiculously good for a floor. But this one is just, you need that specific ego gift. I guess technically speaking you can do it without it, but it's not worth it, honestly. It's not worth it. You really, really want the revives. You know, the one good thing I can say about going all 15 floors is it gives you a ridiculous amount of starlight if you take all of the adversities. Like it, and the best part about it is most of the adversities do like literally nothing. Half of them are just completely free. Like there are 2 of them that give the enemies extra speed, but they only give them like 3 extra speed, and that's immediately countered by just all of the various ego gifts that give haste. There are so many of them. So taking those 2, it's literally free. It only affects the first turn because most of the haste applies on like turn 2. But even still, you can take most of the adversities and have it like have no impact whatsoever. And every adversity gives you even more starlight. So that once you have like 30 adversity score, you gain like 400 starlight from that alone. Which allows you to really just pump up all of the starter buffs, like I did. And still be starlight positive. We get into the Infinite Procession for the next floor, where we find the Unhatched Embers, Pendant of Nostalgia, Smoking Gunpowder, Temporal Brittle, Little and Tubby Naughty Plushie, Arrested Hymn, Downpour, Lunar Memory, and the Guiding Gas Lamp, before making it to the boss against the Blood Fiend Trio. Alright, this floor is very easy. Especially this early on, because yeah, this ego just staggers the barber like 9 times out of 10. Yep, there goes literally half of the barber's health, 1 attack. Honestly, the barber is literally the only reason why I'd say this fight is difficult. Because she can hit pretty hard, and she inflicts, honestly, quite a bit of bleed. If you can't stagger her turn 1, it becomes a little tricky. But not so tricky that it's, like, difficult. That might have killed if we rolled heads, but I guess it doesn't matter. Super easy fight. Yep, 3 turns.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는
This is why 15 floors is good, because you get really overpowered by floor 10, so having more makes it a little challenging. But it just takes too long. It just takes too long. That's my biggest problem with it. We head into Nocturnal Sweeping for the next floor, where we find Death Seeker, Artistic Sense, Enhancement Tattoos, and Thrill, before making it to the boss against the Sweepers. Alright, so a bit of a minor problem. Yeah, we have to force corrosion here. No other option. Wrath Fatality makes it so that the sweepers hit a little too hard. I guess technically speaking, because we have the triple revives, or not triple, double revives, we don't technically have to force corrosion because we would survive no matter what, but like, I prefer this. Too bad the sweepers are super weak.
관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸죠.
Even if they were on like floor 15, they still wouldn't be that difficult, I'm gonna be honest. That's unlucky. We were supposed to kill 3 sweepers this turn, but we rolled tails twice in a row, so now we can't. Unlucky. Oh well. They still don't do enough damage to threaten us. Not yet, anyway. This might be a little scary if we don't insta-kill. Oh yeah. We should be fine.
대성공이야. 가른 신이야. 노래 부를까?
I don't have much to say at this point. We're kind of just waiting for floor to get into extreme mode at this point. Like, literally the only reason we're going into this floor specifically is for the, what's it called? The Deathrite Rupture Sword. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but that thing gives an extra 2 Clash Power if you have a Rupture stack. And that's the only reason we're on this floor. Honestly, that's another big problem I have with the extreme mode. Since it's so demanding, you need to pick these super easy floors exclusively for like an extra 2 clash power from one random ego gift. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the sweeper floor, but it's definitely not a particularly good one, I'll say that much. We head into the surrendered witnessing for the next floor, where we find chains of loyalty, strange glyph inscriptions, shadow bamboo hat, and fragment of decay before making it to the boss. These guys are kind of scary. The Mao. They just do a lot of damage. We're getting to that point where, yeah, we have to start kind of relying on the revives. If we get lucky here and don't actually kill them, good. Yeah, then in this case, we can actually stall a bit. Because, yeah, Zilu's gonna kind of be a bit of a scary one. They're not too bad, honestly. Especially with a 54 rolling skill 3. It's funny. Yeah. Honestly, not that hard of a fight. It's relatively scripted, which makes it slightly easier. This is probably the best scripted fight in the game, I'd say. Just because, like, it only, like, forces the... It only really has, like, one singular scripted event, and that's when you knock... What's he called? I forget his name. But, yeah. When you knock the one guy down to Gia Q. Yeah, see? Right there. That's the one singular scripted event. And hey, we managed to get negative sanity. That's pretty cool. That exclusively happened because we had 3 magical arcana and weren't able to use any skills the previous turn for faith to activate. This fight is definitely a lot scarier if you take it, like, super late. Exclusively because of this one attack right here that he does. Unbreakable coins are terrifying in the late mirror dungeon. Because they just do so much damage, even when you break them. And most of the time, you will already have used your revives too when he uses that, so it's like... Yeah, it's really scary. The heck is this attack? Like a roaring storm? I don't think I've ever seen this. Ends turn. Huh. Interesting. What a strange attack. Too bad I don't care. We head into Refraction Railway, Line 4, Section 4 for the next floor, where we take these adversities and find Illusory Hunt, Greycoat, Fragment of Desire, Dust to Dust, and the Red Stain Gossipium, before making it to the boss against the King in Binds. All right. First floor in extreme mode. We can barely win a clash. Hilarious. We're still not quite at max power. We're missing a couple of things, but yeah, it's basically impossible for us to get any stronger at this point. Unlucky, no crit.
적에게 치명상을 입혔군요.
Very unlucky.
관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다. 제가 늘
It's fine though.
말씀드렸죠.
Crit
저는
doesn't
언제나
matter that
옳은
much.
말만 한답니다. 만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지. 정의 이름으로 이용차. 악은 이렇게 던져버렸어.
너희들의 사랑의 힘이 빛의 힘이
Honestly, this is how you play.
이대로면 승리도 시간 문제겠지?
This is how you play this. Ego spam as much as possible. Usually you'll die on turn 1. That's what their revive gifts are for. And yeah, turn 2 and everything afterwards, you have so much extra offense level from like critting and all the ego gifts that it's just, you can usually win most clashes at that point. Also, nice 10k.
방금 어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
Easy 10k damage. Probably could have easily gotten 15k too if half them weren't already half dead. One of the good things about using an identity that's this powerful too is you can clash with weak egos against the Pecatulum, which is nice.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
Ooh, negative sanity.
알쏭달쏭해. 뭐가 나올지 모르겠어.
This is a little bit rough because, yeah, negative sanity means we have less clash power actually. Because negative coins don't necessarily scale the best. Also, nice corrosion. Very cool.
다른 직원에게도 도움이 될지 몰라. 칼날이 잘 드네요.
I kind of wish we didn't corrode, but because, you know, ego resources are very, very important this late. But it is what it is.
모자를 쓰고 있는 향기에게 방망이 대신 톱탑 정답이에요.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 어차피 이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까.
Pulls a 65. We have 10 extra clash power. Crazy. Multiply that 4,000 by... What's the attack weight of this attack? Like 7 or 8? That's like 40,000 or something? close to 40,000. It's like 33,000. That's the maximum damage potential of that attack.
오늘도 정말 멋진 활약이었어.
We head into Refraction Railway, line 5 for the next floor, where we take these adversities and find Broken Compass before making it to the boss against Section 1. Line 1. Okay, that's probably the easiest. I was kind of scared of line 3 with the unbreakable coins of the rose at the end. But line 1's doable. As you can see though, yeah, they hit pretty hard. And even an ego is not a guaranteed success. I mean, granted, we are at like 0 sanity, so.
정보다도 푸른 자여, 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대, 여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오로 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이버!
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
이번에 받으신 의뢰가 기한이 꽤 촉박합니다. 여기서 한시라도 지체했다간
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
제가 다른 의뢰를 받자고 있지 않습니까?
I really hate the
아르카나 슬레이버.
the adversity that locks your sanity at 35. That's probably the worst one in my opinion.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로
Gives flashbacks to like day 1
쉽게
Limbus.
하지 않아요.
만만찮겠군. 본인이
Even faith isn't enough for it.
정의의 이름으로 이용. 히야. 아르카나.
Honestly, if I wasn't trying to get like every adversity in this run, I definitely would not pick the SP reduction one. That one's evil.
아르카나 슬레이버. 해냈구나. 나라도 그랬을 거야.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 어차피
만만찮겠군.
이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 텐데.
I mean, look at this. Oh, we're missing so many coins now. Oh, it sucks. I was kind of half hoping that
사랑으로.
faith would
정의의 이름으로.
negate it, but no such luck.
야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편. 만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
God, it's so awful. It's so bad. I hate it so much.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는 맛있는 거 사줄게. 만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
At least this fight itself isn't that bad, apart from the... How much health is that? 35,000? Ridiculous. Like, this is only floor 12. And already the health is ridiculous.
히야. 아르카나 슬레이버. 방금 공격. 다음에 다른
Like, I'd say if it was at this level, at floor 15, the health would be a lot more manageable. Like 30,000 health on floor 15, that's pretty good. But no, you still have 3 more floors of them getting health buffs, so they're at like 50,000, 60,000 health. It's way too much. It bloats it so much, makes it take so long. Definitely the worst part about
괜찮은 공격이네요.
extreme mode.
앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
적에게 치명상을 입혔군요. 관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸죠. 저는 언제나 옳은 말만 한답니다.
히야. 아르카나 슬레이버!
칼날이 잘
야!
되네요. 아마 그 공격이
아르카나
약점이었겠죠?
슬레이버!
God, this sanity is awful. I hate it. Oh my god, that was 3 tails in a row.
쓰고 있는 혈기에겐 방망이 대신 풍선 칼이
It's so bad.
필요해요.
I can't stress enough how bad it is.
만만치 않겠군. 언니 하지.
There's a reason why they changed how sanity worked within like the first month of the game coming out.
정의 이름으로. 사랑으로 가. 악은 이렇게 정화되었네. 내 피가 배고파했어. 만만치 않겠군. 본인이 하지. 정의 이름으로. 야! 아르카나 슬레이버! 방금 멋졌어! 너희들의 사랑의 힘이, 빛의 힘이 저 어둡고 악한 아르카나들을 뒤흔들었어! 아르카나 이대로면 승리도 시간 문제겠지?
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제
아르카나
해결사의 준비도 익숙해지셨네요. 이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
야! 아르카나 슬레이버! 쨍그랑 부위가 조각났어. 계속해도 돼.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시겠네.
만만치 않겠군.
You know, one thing I will say, with the introduction of like extreme mode, I no longer have an issue with Thrill. Plus, it's nerf. It's nerf also helps with that, but yeah, I think Thrill is, and also Glimpse of Flames, since they do basically the same thing. They're perfectly acceptable now. Exclusively because of the ridiculously bloated health pool of every enemy. Like, if every enemy didn't have, like, 30,000 health, I'd still have a problem with Thrill, but Thrill now only does, like, I don't even know, a few thousand damage, like, upwards of maybe 10,000-ish? I don't remember the actual multiplier, but it no longer insta-kills everything. That's what I'm trying to say. And because of that, I think it's fine to take now. Only if you're planning on going this deep anyway. Other than that, I think it's still stupid. Yeah, it's got like 2,000 max damage or something like that. That's decent when every enemy has 50,000 health. It's not overpowered anymore. So hey, silver lining, I guess.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네. 해결사에는 왜 이런 구절이 있었지? 어디 보자.
자, 악당 패치 성공! 오늘도 정말 멋진 활약이었어.
We head into the N-Corp New League of 9 for the next floor, where we take these adversities before making it to the boss.
여기다가 말하면
Rematch.
힘내세요.
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, They do over 100 damage on a resisted hit
도움이 필요한
when we
것이
have
생겼는가?
4 protection. So it's like we're taking half damage already,
생겼는가?
and then another 40% reduction of damage, and they're still doing over 100. And on top of that, you can't win clashes even with egos on turn 1. So it's like all of those combined together
만만찮겠군.
makes it so that, yeah, it's basically impossible for you to actually survive turn 1 unless you have a revive. And you'll see here in a second, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're staggered and dead.
와, 방금
You need a
거
revive.
엄청 부끄러웠겠다. 그 고통과 미움을 똑같이 적에게 돌려줘 볼까?
쟤네 정신을 못 차리는 걸?
The revive is non-negotiable. Honestly, it's probably a good idea just to spam, like, egos.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
We do have Grey Coat, so that's a lot of healing. Another good reason to use it again.
정의보다도 큰 자요. 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대. 여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이버!
Back to full health. And we lose the clash because of the sanity. Very cool. LEC also missed the coin. But we're still going to die. Maybe. No, we survived. Okay, cool.
팀에서 제일 필요하는 차이가 있지만
That was a very, very beneficial survival because,
괜찮을 거예요.
yeah, we're dead here. The question is, should we kill Starbuck? I don't know. I don't know if we want to kill Starbuck or not here. We probably want to use another ego for healing, honestly. And then also kill Starbuck in the process. Like, yeah, just ego spam. That's the solution. Always has been. Always will be.
정의보다도 큰 자요. 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대. 여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이버!
Back to full health.
하늘이 잘 드네요.
We still have a revive in our back pocket.
아르카나 슬레이버! 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
Alright, good. We didn't need it. There was a chance there that Ahab would have defeated us. Do I ego spam again? Probably. I do want to kill Queequeg. So I think ego spamming is the best option. Especially because of the healing. Grey Coat's the GOAT. I'm gonna be honest, it is.
정의보다도 큰 자요. 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대. 여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이버!
I probably should have set it up in such a way where the ego was used last because of the sanity
시원한걸?
drain, but meh, it's fine. It worked out.
내 피가 배고파했어.
What are the next two fights? It's Nelly and
만만찮겠군.
then
하지.
the two N-Corp ego guys. So yeah, stalling is actually good here to get more skill slots and to have more useful skills than skill 1, so just waste them all.
보세요, 관리자님. 다들 역경을 이겨내고 유능한 직원이 되었어요. 저 이번에는 도움이 됐을까요?
And there's Ahab dealt with a second time, and now we're fighting Nelly. Hooray, and she outrolls us because that's how the game works. Literally. Unless you're spamming your skill 3s, the only way... Also, +6 coin power, broken coin. That's pretty nice. Anyway, what was I saying? The only way to consistently clash with skills that aren't egos or skill 3s is specifically on turn 2. Because on turn 1 you're missing like half of your debuffs. Since all of them like trigger on turn 2 most of the time. Specifically the ones that come from the tremor burst. Cause you know, you get downpour, you get the melted eyeball, and that's -10 offense level at the end of a turn. So Nelly here, she currently has that extra 10 offense level, but at the end of the next turn, she loses it.
오, 머리 좋다 단테. 방금 완전 좋았어. 보세요, 관리자님. 다들 역경을 이겨내고.
So yeah, you see right here, this skill 1 would never be able to win a clash if not for that extra -10 offense level. -14 actually, I don't know where that extra 4 comes from. But nonetheless, it's pretty nice. The sanity reduction too is pretty nice from all the sinking ego gifts as well. Just makes it even more consistent. I want to make this very clear. I do enjoy this difficulty of the extra 15 floors. It's just the everything else about it. It sucks. Too much time investment. That's the biggest thing.
상담에서 알려준 대로 잘했어. 역시 정일 이런 건 잘해리야. 아르카나 세이버. 운명의 기운이 공명하는 것 같아.
Nelly, skill check.
좋았던 것 같네.
This almost never happens. Too fragile. Too bad that doesn't matter.
압도적인 사랑의 힘으로 아르카나들은 전부 정화될 거야. 역시 내가 엄청 도움이 됐지? 본인이 하지! 자, 악은 이렇게 정화되었네. 와, 성공했어. 보여?
And encore for the final one.
전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
Best to use an ego. Hell, we might even get 15k damage here. That'd be fun. I bet we insta-kill these guys. I don't want to risk it. But I might have to. Because I have no skill 3s. I have 1 skill 3. 2 skill 3s. Killing the friendly fire guy is Gubo. Killing him is most important. You want to do that first because Jiahuan, he inflicts a bunch of bind. Enough bind to effectively counteract the absurd amount of haste you get. And because of that, it makes it so that, you know, since Gubo, he has a lot of skills, that target his own allies, right? That means they're unopposed, and since you're so slow, you can't retarget them. And then he kills his own allies, and since you can't retarget them, he does a ton of damage, and it's pretty much an insta-kill. So Gubo is definitely the character you want to target down before anyone else. Or alternatively, you could just kill all of the minions on turn 1. And, you know, casually do 16,000 damage with a single attack. Easiest 15k achievement of my life, baby. I hope I didn't do too much damage. I probably did do too much damage. We do have a revive. It's probably fine. Oh, we're staggered. Interesting. Let's see, do we die? We didn't die. That didn't kill us. I mean, that does. Rip. I needed to use another ego to kill the minions. Alright, take 2. I'll be back. Alright, we made it back. And now we have a lot more skill 3s, looks like. So we should be a lot better off. The question is, do we still target down Gubo? Or should we use another ego and attack the N-Corp thugs? It's a very good question. I think using another ego is probably better. Because, especially with Electric Screaming, because it gets a lot of attack weight. This is probably good. And then we got 2 extra skill 3s targeting Gubo. He probably dies. Alright, I think this is good. If we die again, I don't know what we'll do. That paralysis doesn't help. I think it was paralysis. Yeah, that was a lot weaker, but hopefully... Oh, come on. Oh my god. Hopefully, Electric Screaming picks up the slack and kills everyone else for us. I don't know if it can do 1,000 damage on a single target, though. Yeah, one of them's very close to death. Ugh, that's not good. I mean, we survived it. We survived it last time, right? It's probably fine. We're also faster. Yeah, okay. So, oh my god, look at that. 12 bind versus 14 haste. We are faster. So this is good because his skill cancels if we kill the enemy first. So I don't remember what our speed was last time, but I think we got unlucky. So yeah, we should do a lot better now. Still focus down Gubo as much as possible. He's still the biggest threat, I think. But yeah, if it wasn't for all this haste that we have, yeah, this is a scary fight. If you don't have a lot of haste, this fight can be very scary.
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제 해결사의 전투법도 익숙해지셨네요.
보세요, 관리자님. 다들 역경을 이겨내서
Hooray! We got double staggered.
우리도 정말 멋진 활약이었어. 도움이 됐을까요? 꼭 불러주기야.
We head into the impenetrable path for the next floor, where we take these adversities and find lowest star before making it to the boss. You know, I feel like I've gotten incredibly unlucky because this run has just literally never given me the piece of a relationship show. So minus 10 levels, which is really, really bad. Also have to use the corrosion because we started in negative sanity. But it doesn't matter. Immortality and all that. Kind of sucks that we only got one, but it's probably fine. Like, these guys likely get staggered, maybe. I would have preferred to have two. If we die, then who cares? Easy 12k damage, bro. Doesn't even stagger them. But hey, look at that. They roll ridiculously high. This floor is actually somewhat difficult, just because of how high they roll. I mean, look at this, 50. They roll a 50. And then there's like, I don't even know how many enemies. There's like 7 different waves of 4 enemies, and each time they come around, like, the only reason these guys are like kind of manageable is because of their sanity. We absolutely destroyed their sanity, but once we kill them, they get replaced with fresh people. Those fresh people are likely to outroll us. I keep accidentally clicking on them. I don't want to do that. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, man. And we miss, of course.
생체 반응이 끊어진 개체의 기록이 감지됩니다.
They roll so high. Oh, it sucks. Why do they roll so high? I wish I got some skill replacements. I haven't gotten any.
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸.
I could have probably ignored him. Throw would have killed him. But it's fine. As long as we take our time. Slow and steady. Which is not gonna work because they just I don't want to click on them. Oh my god, 62. Well, time to ego spam.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
Using the ego first sucks.
정보다도 풍자여.
It just eats all of our sanity.
여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이버!
해냈구나. 나라도 그랬을 거야. 사랑으로.
Thankfully, it didn't matter too much.
아르카나 슬레이버. 원더풀 선택이었어 나의. 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이게로군. 히어. 아르카나 슬레이버. 승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹었어. 히어! 아르카나 슬레이버!
칼날이 잘
히어!
되네요. 아마 그 공격이
아르카나
약점이었겠죠?
슬레이버!
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
Okay, not bad.
흔들리고 있어. 다들
Well, I want to get rid of all of these skill ones. Stop clicking on them.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지. 이 정도쯤이야?
This next turn is going to be rough. This next turn is going to be real rough, actually. There's going to be nobody with debuffs. They're all going to be outrolling us. Oh, there's a good chance we
악을 이렇게 정하게
get really unlucky here.
내 피가 배고파.
Yeah. Oh, 54. They're all rolling 54s. The skill 2s do nothing. I only have skill 2s. Maybe it'd be smart to use the defense skill. Or ego spam. Actually, hold on a second. I have an idea. Yes. Yes. I'm a genius.
만만찮겠군. 본인이
Never mind, I'm not a genius. It's doing the egos backwards, man. I can't get. Ugh.
정보다도
I hate clashing. I really do.
여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운
It's so
나와 그대의
unintuitive
힘을 합쳐
to
위대한
determine which one clashes in what order. I wanted to use that ego after I use fluid sac.
시작이랬어.
이것도 받아보시게나.
And then the regular skill 2 I wanted to use after I used fluid sac as well, so that I have better odds at winning the clash. But no, game says you should have ordered it in the reverse order, you dummy.
상담에서 알려준 대로 잘했어.
It doesn't go left to right, it goes right to left. Even though literally everywhere else is left to right. I don't understand, man. I really don't.
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제
아르카나
해결사의 정신도 익숙해지셨네요.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
Okay, thankfully the game is kind of letting me skill 1 spam, which is nice.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
Thank goodness these characters have sanity. This fight would be a nightmare otherwise. Oh, really? That sucks.
사랑으로. 정의 이름으로.
저기 저 개체부터 처리하면
And now we have the Pecatulum Ire? Irie? Probably Ire. These guys are plus 9 coin power, no sanity. Oh god, nightmare alert. No stagger bar either. Oh my god, this guy is going to kill me. 11,000 HP. Bro, what do I even do against this guy? Oh, it's so scary. It's such a scary attack, bro.
도움이 필요한 곳이
It really is.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
There's a good chance we just instantly lose the clash too, because 35 sanity.
아르카나.
And then there's like 4 more of them after as well.
개체의 유효한 속성을
And we only have
정확하게
1
파악했습니다.
revive.
제 예상만큼 관리자님의 능력이 우수하다는 것이 증명되는 것 같아. 다행이군요.
And we lost, of course. 35 sanity. It's so bad. It's so bad. I cannot stress how bad 35 sanity is.
정의 이름으로 이루. 사랑으로. 정의 이름으로. 모든 상황에 제 탓이라고
The counters.
좋겠어요. 관리자님.
Oh, the counters. Erupting Wrath. Q. Erupting Wrath. Q. Oh, God. It's awful. Where's Regilius when you need him, bro? Oh, my God. It's so bad. It's so bad. 74. It rolls a 74. How do I beat this? How do I beat this? No, genuinely, how do I beat this? I just have to get ridiculously lucky. That's the only option. Nothing I have rolls high enough. It's just 72. Oh my god. I'm completely screwed. I'm completely screwed. There's nothing I can do. There's like genuinely nothing I can do. It's less than a 50% chance I win here. Genuinely less than a 50% chance. It's awful. It sucks. It sucks so bad. You have no idea.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
And then we're gonna get hit by 4 counters with this one's ego. Oh my god, this is awful.
생명 속에 파묻힌 그대 여기서 빛은 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이머!
I don't even crit. We ran out of poise.
저건 물병 아니야?
Ow. Ow.
물병은 어트랙션 내 반이 크지.
What the heck? What is that? What?
아르카나를 처리하지 못한 나는 모두를 쓸모없는 존재야. 아니, 어쩌면 내가
Oh, what's this?
선택받은 내가
They have a retry? Oh, that's huge. Oh, I didn't know that. That's huge. I thought I just fucked up and accidentally killed her. All right. We made it back. There is 8 enemies left. And yeah, 6 of them are the Pekatulum, which are the worst. Oh god, it's so bad. Honestly, I don't think there's a good chance this just isn't straight up isn't possible. No, this sucks. Like, I can't even see half the skill slots of everybody. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I can't stress enough how bad this is. The only silver lining is we managed to kind of stagger it a little bit.
방금했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
But yeah, the one thing that we managed to maintain from this run versus the last one is we kept the, as you can see, we still have a stagger bar, which means that we still have all of our revives. So we have 2 versus 1. Which hopefully that's enough. Also, I found out the reason why I got hit by so many counters is apparently they have the ability to reuse the counter twice if you have burn on you. Which is very cool.
적합한 관리법이었어요. 다행이에요.
깔끔하게 잘랐습니다. 이제 니콜리나와 솜씨가
Very nice. Okay. So we kept Hindley alive, which is very nice. Because that means we have to deal with less of the new Pekatulum. Because as you can see, yeah, he's doing 40 less damage. I think it's actually a good idea to force corrosion here, maybe. Because I don't think the unhatched embers do not counteract the stagger. So, because we've already been staggered once, that means that if the unhatched embers activates, then we get staggered. And then we likely die anyways, so I think we have to force corrosion. But the big question is, how do we force corrosion without instantly dying? We have to kind of waste multiple skill slots to do it. I don't even know if we can do it. But we have to. That's the big thing, we have to. I can't really do it. I can't really force corrosion here. Because we don't drain enough sanity. This only takes 45 and this takes 30. What if we do it like this? Just tank literally everything. Let's try this. I don't know. I don't know how effective this is going to be. This is going to be like really, really awful, but I kind of have to force corrosion. And the only way to really force corrosion is by letting half these skills go off. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. And I get staggered early, so it doesn't matter. Yippee. Alright, we're back. We're in a pretty perfect position, I think. Like, it's a little scary, but we do want to force corrosion here. That's That's like a guaranteed thing that we want to do. Which means that we pretty much don't want to really clash with egos. But we do need to still use, like, 3 of them. I guess technically speaking, like, clashing with one of them is fine. But it needs to clash, like, last. And then we need to hope we get really lucky with Maximized Arcana doing literally everything for us. It's gonna be a very tricky fight. And if we lose this clash, oh, it's gonna suck. Well, if we lose the clash, it's fine because we lose sanity for losing clashes. So it's fine. The only problem is, oh, we're not gonna corrode, are we? I used it too early because it's clashing right now. That's not good. Because we're likely going to win at least one other clash. I mean, if we lose this clash, it's fine. And then the counter kicks in, and we revive. Yeah. And now we corrode. And pray to RNGesus that we get Arcana Slave in all 7 slots. We probably don't need it in all 7, but, you know, better safe than sorry. At least 4. We needed it. I think we needed it in at least 4. Alright, 5. 5 works. It's not quite good enough though, because we didn't kill Hindley yet, is the problem. So this is only -4, and there's 3 left in the back. Which that is the real issue. Hope we don't lose any clashes. At the very least, the counters shouldn't be awful. I think the counters are like the scariest thing right now. Plus just the raw clash power as well.
개체를 구성하고 있는 부위 중 하나가 파괴되었습니다. 이 틈을 파고들어도 좋을 것 같군요.
Yeah, as long as the counter doesn't kill us, we're fine.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
깔끔하게 잘랐습니다. 이제 니콜리나와 솜씨가
무슨 일 있었던
비슷해지는데요.
건가?
3 left. 3 left. We have 3 left. Oh, 3 left. It's so scary. Oh, the counters, man. They're so bad. We still have a revive in our back pocket, which is frankly the only thing we have going for us. Okay, here's the plan. Here's the plan. I have a plan. We force corrosion again. Okay.
만만치 않겠군.
Best I can come up with is
그대에게 보이는 이 전기 불꽃은
force corrosion again and pray that we don't die. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah.
이러다 죽어버리면 날이 패패 거잖아. 나를 나쁜 새끼라도 만들려는 거야.
니는 모두를
The counters, man, they're awful.
하지 못한 나는 쓸모없는 존재야. 아니,
Well, I tried my best. I am like 90% positive I lose here because I get staggered and then die and I can't do anything. Very cool. There's like genuinely nothing I can do here. This is exactly my problem with this this 15 floors and exactly why this video ends right here, right now. Because there is exactly one reason why this fight is difficult, and that is because I cannot win a clash against these guys. See? 55 ego, 62. That's not even their scariest skill. And it's just... there's nothing I can do about it. I got slightly unlucky and never got Piece of a Relationship, which would have made this a slightly better clash. Not by much, but it would be more manageable than this. And, you know, that's not even the biggest deal. The biggest deal is to get to this point in every fight, it genuinely takes me like 10 to 15 minutes just to get through all 10 other enemies before this point. Only to reach a point where it's just, haha, you can't win a clash. Screw you. And it's not even that. It's not even that. It's the counters. It really is the counters. Like, never take fights with counters or unbreakable coins. That's the moral of this story, because they will kill you. Period. End of story. And there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, it really is just the health. The health is the problem. They have way too much. It takes way too long to do anything. So, yeah. I'm not getting to 15 floors in this video. And, well, I probably never will. Because I think it's stupid and a waste of time.
아르카나를 처리하지 못한 나는 쓸모없는 존재야.
승리의 보람과 세상의 아름다움에 대해 들어본 적 있는가? 없어도 전혀 상관없다네. 지금 우리가 보는 경치가 바로 그런 것일 테니.
And that's how I almost beat Extreme Mode using only the Queen of Hatred. Failure is almost always because of a simple mistake you made, and in this run, the biggest mistake of them all was taking the Tremor Barrier adversity. That, in combination with the Wrath Pecatulum, created a situation that was pretty much unwinnable. I could have probably beaten it given enough time if I managed to set it up in such a way where I had no stagger bar, both revives, and managed to force corrosion on a turn where all 4 of the enemies were the Pecatulum. Unfortunately, I simply don't have the patience to sit through 10 minutes of killing 10 other enemies just to have a single attempt that's not even guaranteed to succeed. The health buffs are simply too much, man. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Anyway, that's it for me. Like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Goodbye.